IEEE CUI, ASME, STEP, IEEE GK Student Branch, Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers Student Chapter UET Texla, Society of Innovative and Electrical Professionals SIDE, and IEEE Rifa University FCV Affinity Group. Welcome you all to this amazing session on Introduction to Selling Copywriting Services on Fiverr, powered to you by STEM 2.0. In this session, the speaker will be talking about his Fiverr profile, copywriting skills, and business management through which we can earn over $17,000. For today's webinar, we are honored to have Mr. Farzan Bahadur on the board as our guest speaker. Mr. Farzan is the founder of Marketing Alpha. If you guys don't know what Marketing Alpha is, let me tell you. Marketing Alpha is a digital marketing agency that helps you create meaningful content for your readers, which they find exciting and engaging. Mr. Farzan Bahadur, along with a team of highly talented individuals, have supported hundreds of clients throughout different services like social media post designing, photography, writing product descriptions, web copy, Facebook ad copy, and sales copy for funnels, Facebook and Instagram copy of SEO. He has received over 400 positive reviews. Mr. Farzan is also working on Fiverr as a copywriter. He has managed to earn over $17,000 through online freelancing. We are highly thankful to you, sir, for honoring us with your presence today. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. It will be a 40 to 45-minute session, and last 20 minutes are reserved for the questions. If you guys have any questions, you can type them into the chat box, and I will be bringing them up at the end of the session. Furthermore, you will be provided with a feedback form in between the session, and it's mandatory for everyone to fill out in order to claim your e-certificates, okay? With that, I once again welcome you all, and now I will hand over the screen and mic to our worthy guest speaker, Mr. Farzan Bahadur.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, how are you guys doing?
Alhamdulillah, sir, fine. What about you?
I'm doing great. So, I think just because you all are here in this session, we can safely assume that you all are interested in freelancing, right? And
Of course, sir.
yeah, so uh, first, let's talk about what's freelancing. So, freelancing is and how freelancing is different from job. So, freelancing is basically you offering services to clients all over the world in this sort of a contractual manner. So, basically, in a job, a person, your employers hire you full time. So, you get completely restricted and limited to what they want from you. While on freelancing, you choose your own hours, you choose your own skills which you want to sell, you choose your own clients which you want to work with. Uh, in terms of freedom, freelancing is best for you. Why? It offers you a lot of freedom. You can choose everything from your timings. Like some people want to work at night, some people want to work in mornings, right? So you can choose when you want to work, and you can set up your own rates. But you can't do that with job. If you're applying uh, to a particular job, then they will always use the term competitive salary, right? So what competitive salary means is that other people are offering a certain range of salary, and you can't go beyond that. So employers will use the market rates to keep you within a certain limit. And promotions are really hard. You'll have to work 2 to 3 years, and even after that, they'll give you a maximum promotion of 10,000 or 5,000. So basically, in today's economy, freelancing is a must as a side hustle or full time to increase your income and to afford the modern luxuries and amenities which could make your life easier and comfortable, right? So, with that being said, let's move on to what are the three platforms uh, on which you can do freelancing. So, the three platforms, there are three major platforms which are renowned all over the world. Two of the platforms are my personal favorite platforms are Upwork and Fiverr, right? So, today I'm going to talk to you guys about Fiverr, and Sorry. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about Fiverr and how, like, how you can sell your different services on Fiverr, how you can create a profile, and how you can take advantage of the different, of the big exposure Fiverr provides to you. So, Fiverr is a big freelancing platform. Hello. Okay, so Fiverr is a big freelancing platform, and it offers you a great opportunity to sell your services online. Let me show you guys my profile. Wait a minute. I'll have to share my screen. Okay. Okay. So basically, this is my Fiverr profile. And as you can see, as you can see, I'm mainly offering my copywriting services on Fiverr. So when we talk about copywriting is slightly different than content writing, as copywriting uh, is basically you writing content which sells, which enables you to sell a service or a particular product. So the different copywriting services I provide to my client include product description writing service. This one, uh, I write website content through this gig, and I write blogs through this gig. I manage. These are my two main active gigs, right? Product description writing and web copywriting, right? So basically, when you're writing content, when you're doing copywriting, you don't just have to write content. You have to write content which sells, right? So through and how you have to make your content persuasive, you have to make your content powerful, and you have to make your content engaging. So I'm going to tell you the techniques, tips, and tricks regarding how you can make your content persuasive, powerful, and engaging. So uh, okay, so first of all, let me give you a little introduction about Fiverr so you guys know what Fiverr is. So, Fiverr, when you create your profile on Fiverr, uh, this section will be won't be showing these different tiles, right? These different thumbnails. These are called gigs. Like each individual block is called a single gig. If at any point I'm inaudible, you can let me know. So each of these tiles or thumbnails are called gigs. How do you create gigs? When you This is your home page of Fiverr, right? So there is this option called gigs. You click over here, and here you can see that these are my active gigs. These are my pending gigs. There are none. So by clicking on this button over here, create a new gig, you will be able to create a gig, right? So before creating a gig on Fiverr, you have to do some keyword research. Like you have to know which service you can easily sell on Fiverr, because there are hundreds of sellers on Fiverr. There is a lot of saturation, and you can just go about selling any service, right? If and you have to make your gig titles appealing. You have to make them, you know, you have to make them appealing, attractive, and you can't just sell any generic service. You have to be very particular when you're selling a service on Fiverr. I cannot create a gig whose title spells out that I will write content for you. That's a generic gig, and it will never work out. So the even if you see the gigs on my homepage, on my profile, then you'll see that I have been very specific while determining the titles of my gig, right? Like I will write high converting Shopify product descriptions. I will write web page content for your about us page, right? So I am specifying exactly what kind of copywriting I will do for you. I won't just do any kind of copywriting for you. I will do a particular kind of copywriting for you. So that is really important, because that will help you in standing out from the competition, and that will help you quickly to quickly get your gig ranked, right? So the concept of ranking is that whenever a buyer comes, he will whenever a buyer comes on Fiverr, he will see this page, right? So for instance, if a buyer comes and he searches content writing, so if a buyer comes and he searches content writing, you go below here at the bottom of the page, you can see that there are hundreds of sellers here. As you can see, there are 16,687 services available, right? For content copywriting services, for example, copywriting services. So there are a lot of services if you're not specific. For example, blog writing. If you write blog writing, then there are 40,000 services available. But if you are very particular about the type of copywriting you need, for example, product descriptions, you'll see that if a buyer will search product descriptions, then 8,500 services are available, right? Because these people have made their gig in the correct way, right? They aren't just saying that I'm going to write something for you. They are very particular about what they are going to write for their clients, right? So they are specifying that they are going to do product descriptions writing for their clients, and that's why they have less competition than the previous keywords I showed you, right? So, and if you make it even more specific, like if you add another keyword like product description Shopify, then you will see that, okay, so the Shopify has even more competition. So I think if you're going to uh, want to rank your gig, then I think product descriptions is a better keyword, because the reason is that there is less competition over here, right? So this is an important factor while creating your gig on Fiverr, right? So let's just switch back to our selling section and continue creating a gig. So, so I just showed you how to do the keyword research, right? Like you can go to the buyer section, search your main keyword, the keyword you think you should rank on, and if there are a lot of people selling that service, then you should probably think of another keyword, right? Because more competition means less chances of you getting ranked, and less chances of you getting ranked mean you getting less visibility, and when you get less visibility, then obviously once you get less visibility, then that means less orders for you, which is bad for your business, right? So the target should be to rank your gig on a keyword, on a specific keyword, which has less competition and there are less people selling that particular service, right? As we saw earlier, that blog writing was being sold by 40,000 something people, but when we searched product descriptions, it was only being sold by 7,500 sort of people. So which keyword is the most ideal to use in your gig title? I think you can all guess that, right? It's product descriptions. So that's what I did, and that's one of the reasons for my success on Fiverr. As you can see, that my main gig is ranking on the keyword product descriptions, right? And it has gotten a lot of reviews on it. It has got a lot of success on it, right? So now that we have got it clear that how to do keyword research and how to you know the concept of keyword, right? A keyword is basically a word on which all your focus, all your attention should be given to. The word or words on which all your attention should be given to is your primary keyword, and that's the keyword which we will use in while creating a gig. So we'll just create a gig. So I will write product descriptions for you, and I have already told you why we cannot write I will write blogs for you, right? Because it is generic. Generic means more competition. So we will just write I will write product descriptions for you, or you can do if you're interested in like email copy. Email copy is another form of copywriting. You can write an email copy for your client, or you can do I will write web copy for you. Web copy is basically the content which is present on the homepage of a website. Whenever you visit a website, there is an about section, there is a homepage. So whatever content you see there is called the website copy or web copy, right? So you can also propose to your clients that you will write that for them. Or you can write email copy. Means whenever you see whenever you open your emails, there are a lot of useless emails there. Someone is proposing you to buy some uh, food for your dog, or some new curtains, or some new furniture, or whatever, right? So somehow those people have acquired your email and now they are spamming you. But you can be one of those spammers too, and do it a little better, right? So by writing an email copy for your clients, and hopefully not making it as irritating as the ones I see in my email. So whatever you decide. So this is the job of a copywriter, is to make that content interesting and not make it like, what kind of who is this stupid spammer who is sending me all these irritating emails, right? So that is the job of a copywriter, to make that email interesting. So coming back, so you can write I will write email copy for you. Like I told you, you can write web copy for them. Okay, so you can write sales copy for them, sales copy for them, or you can write an ad copy for them. What is an ad copy? Whenever you are browsing on Facebook, normally you see some ad pop up, which is if it is a real estate ad, then it's going to tell you invest in this building. It's going to give you huge returns per month. Invest with just a minimum bare amount of booking amount of this, down payment of this, you'll get a monthly return of this or that. So those two or three sentences are called an ad copy. And also when you see its caption of the ad, then in the caption of the ad you'll also see some content that is also called the ad copy. So the job of the copywriter again is to make that ad copy so much interesting, uh, so much exciting, that you, the customer or the viewer seeing that particular ad, is instigated, is motivated to click on the CTA. CTA, what is CTA? CTA is the button which is being displayed below that ad. It could be a send message button. You've seen it, send message. You just click on send message, and then the Instagram inbox of that particular company or brand opens up, and then you can type your message there. Or you've all seen the ads of Howdy or the other pizza companies, other food companies you mostly order from, right? Once you engage with that ad, then that ad gets shown to you repeatedly, right? So that is a marketing concept. I won't go detailed into that, but the point I'm trying to get across to you is that your copy is going to matter everywhere. Whenever you go whenever you're traveling, you see banners, right? You see standees, and the text on the banners or standees is also a copy, right? Because that's a small text, but it motivates you to either look up that company or either buy from that company. So that has been written by some copywriter who has the brains to make the text exciting, interesting, and engaging. That's why uh, your attention gets drawn towards that ad, and you are motivated to take that action, right? So now that we've cleared what copywriting is, and what are the different types of copywriting, let's even search on Fiverr what are the different types of copywriting. Let's go to the switch to buying section, and let's search. Even you don't have to search here. You can just go here. When you go to the buyer section, and if you're unclear about what you want to sell on Fiverr as a copywriter, then you can go to this section, this subsection of writing and translation, and then you can search. Okay, so there are articles and blog posts which I can write. There are cover letters which I can write. There is resume writing which I can do. All right, there is creative writing which I can do. There is technical writing which I can do. There is job descriptions which I can do. This is website content which I can do. There is product descriptions which I can do. So this will give you an idea about what you can sell, right? And if you have no clue about how to create a gig and what to include in a gig, for example, let's go to product descriptions. Let's assume you're creating a product descriptions gig. So you'll just open a gig which has a lot of reviews here. As you can see, this person has 27 reviews, so she's probably a beginner. So it's not a very good idea to take an idea from her, right? So a person with a lot of reviews, for example, epic for you, this person can be epic for you. So just click his profile, and here you can see how he is selling his services, right? You can get an idea about the banner, gig banner. You can design a gig banner like this. If you want to see my gig banner, I can also show you my gig banner. So this is my gig banner, right? So so you have to create this image with the help of any tool. You can do it with Photoshop. You can do it with some other tools, online tools which are available. Canva is a basic graphic design tool through which you can create a gig image like this, because you will need that gig image while creating your gig, right? So this is so this you can get an idea from this person, like what your you can just rephrase all his content and get your gig going to. So you can I will write for your product, so like this. So you can get, this is the gig description he has written, so you can read this and then write your own. You can take an idea about the pricing and packaging from his pricing and packaging, and then design your own packaging and pricing, right? You can so basically it's all about copying, but in a smart way. You cannot copy paste something. You just have to be very smart about it. You have to you know uh, do your own research before doing that, before doing the copy paste. So now that we are clear on this, uh, we are going to we are going to move further down the line, and let's uh, can anyone tell me how much time we have remaining, please?
They're almost 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, okay. So, like I cannot explain to you in such a short session how you're going to create a cake and how you're going to set everything up, as we have a time limit. But I have already explained you the main process through which I do it. Open two or three major cakes. After you do the keyword research, after you've chosen your niche, after you've decided on your primary keyword. Like in this session, after doing our research, we decided that okay, block writing is not good for us because it has 40,000 people selling that service, but product description is good for us because there are 7,500 people using that term in the gig descriptions, etc. So product this in this case we chose product descriptions as a primary keyword. So based on that, you'll search that keyword on your buyer section. So there are two sections of Fiverr. One is buyer section, one is seller section. So on the buyer section, you'll search that keyword, and then you'll see a list of experts gigs, right? So you can select 3 to 4 of those gigs, open them in separate tabs, and then do the research. What is the gig description they've written? What are the kind of images they've created? What is the text which is on those images? What are the keywords which they've used? If you note here, there is a section like there is a keyword section too, right? Yeah, right here below. So on every gig page, you'll see some keywords here. So you can get an idea from here which keywords to use, and so it's basically research. But research should be done after you're very sure about your gig. If you're very sure about the kind of gig you want to create, the kind of keywords you want to target, and then you have to use their content and rephrase that, and put your own personality into that, put your own image into that, and draft a content which is purely your own, which doesn't look copied. But the idea you can take from that, from those resources, from other people's successful profiles, from other people's successful gigs, right? So let's explore a sample of copywriting. uh, I hope you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, so this sample is a product. It was basically a charcoal velvety bath towel. So I have written its product description. So let's explore how this product description has been written. So first, an important aspect of copywriting is to establish a connection between you and your ideal customers. You don't have to establish your connection with anybody reading the content. You have to establish your connection with the ideal prospect reading your content, because only that prospect is most likely to buy your product. So, in this product description, I've written modern life has many amenities and luxuries, but it can sometimes be stressful, right? So, basically, here I am trying to establish a connection with my prospects, with my clients' prospects, and letting them know that I understand them, right? So, this it's very important while writing your while doing copywriting, that you make your readers understand that you care for them, you have their best interest in their mind, in your mind, you care for them and you can understand them. So that's what I have aimed to do through telling this small story. You can call this storytelling, right? So storytelling is an important part of copywriting, and here's how I've established that connection between me and my clients' buyers. Modern life has many amenities and luxuries, but it can sometimes be stressful. And when stress has started overwhelming you, the best way to get rid of it is to take a long, relaxing bath, right? So here you can see the words which I've used, like long, relaxing bath. When stress has started overwhelming you, right? So these words might appear, not out of the ordinary, but these words help me establish a visual image in the mind of my client's prospect. So they can now actually visualize themselves that yes, I get stress and stress starts overwhelming me. They start, they get images of themselves when they are overwhelmed with stress. And when I say the best way to get rid of it is to take a long relaxing bath, when I use the word take a long relaxing bath, they can visualize themselves taking a hot relaxing bath and feeling the stress, getting wiped out of their body, right? So basically it's about connecting what they know with what we want to teach them. It's not just about us, it's also about them. So we have to connect their past experiences, uh, past positive experiences with something they already like to what we want to sell them, right? So we bring you this bamboo charcoal velvety bath towel with super absorbent microfiber fabric. So it's very important that the features of the product are being highlighted through your text, like super absorbent microfiber fabric, so they can actually visualize how comfortable or how relaxing that towel is actually going to be. So with words like these, we emphasize that this is going to be very good for you. So this bar towel comprises 30% microfiber fiber plus 70% bamboo charcoal fiber. Okay. So once we specify that what the features of this product are going to be, it absorbs water with just a little rub on the body. Now, when I say these words, that it absorbs water with just a little rub on the body, they actually start visualizing that they're doing just a little rub on their body and the water is already being soaked, right? So, with words, I'm going to make them think about the product. I'm going to make them visualize the appealing features of the product. I'm going to make them visualize a better future with our product, right? So, and its soft fabric feels like plush, soothing, and comforting to your skin. So it's basically the usage of words to arise a strong desire in your client's prospect. It's all about making. It's all about making the client's prospects have a strong desire for your product because they are so attracted towards the life that product can create for them. So that product, so what we are in all these lines, the theme remains the same. It provides luxury, it provides relaxation, it provides comfort. But look at how I have used different words to accentuate the same point, that it absorbs water with just a little rub on the body, and soft fabric feels plush, soothing, and comforting to your skin. It comes in lively and vibrant colors. Again, we are emphasizing another important feature of the product, that it comes in lively and vibrant colors. It guarantees a satisfying and delightful ending to your hot water bath, and its soft touch relieves you of all the stress and anxiety you've been facing at work. So, first, we highlighted a particular problem which the client's prospects face, right? Which is stress. Stress is the problem, and we made our product the solution to his problem, right? So we haven't like invented a problem or told him that he has a problem which he doesn't have, but we stress is something which everybody faces. We are definitely sure about that. So we made his already the problem he's already facing. Uh, we've highlighted that problem he's already facing and suggested a solution to this problem in the form of this bar towel. Although to a normal person there is no relation, if you mention these two words, these two words, the wait a minute. So if you mention these two words, so please excuse me. Okay, so once you mention these two words to somebody that I'm going to relate towels with stress, then probably the connection will evade that person, right? He won't be able to make that connection. But through copywriting, you can make any sort of connection, and that's the job of a copywriter, that he can, link your problem to a particular solution in the form of a product, or in the form of a website, or in the form of a service page, or in the form of an email, right? So he can use that email or a website copy or a product description to make a product or a service, a solution to your existing or to your daily problem. So that's what I've done. And then okay, so then I've just repeated the products in the form of bullet points. It has super absorbent microfiber fabric, instantly absorbing moisture from your body, and you are safe from the cold feeling which comes with the slow evaporation of water from your body. Again, this is a point. This is another point which I've highlighted, that it saves you from the cold feeling which comes with the slow evaporation of water from your body. Although every towel does that, if you wipe your body with a tissue paper, even then you will be safe from the cold feeling which comes with the slow evaporation of water from your body. But just to make that product more appealing, I've linked that to the product too. This part towel comprises 30% microfiber fiber plus 70%, again same points. Its soft fabric feels plush and comforting to your skin. As you can see, plush is another word which people can which people plush is another plush is another keyword, which another word which people can visualize, like anything, like I bet you all have plush pillows in your home. Whenever I say plush pillows, then you can already visualize, okay, plush, what plush means is something very soft and comfortable, right? So that's what we do with words. Just by using the right words, we make the clients, prospects visualize things, so they can, so the visual appeal of your product, of the product you're selling, increases in your prospects, in your client's prospect size. It comes in lively and vibrant color. Its plush touch helps in alleviating stress and anxiety. Again, uh, so again another important thing is to increase your vocabulary. If you want to start your career as a copywriter on Fiverr, increase your vocabulary. Like for every single word there should be 5 to 10 key words, synonym words, which should exist in your mind. Like uh, uh, whatever word, if I say a word to you, then you should tell me 5 to 10 synonyms of it, right? And that's an exercise which is very highly recommended to you if you want to start your career as a copywriter on Fiverr. That you read the dictionary, you watch movies, Netflix. Whenever you watch Netflix, watch it with subtitles so you can improve your English. You can read audiobooks. All of the audiobooks are many audiobooks are available on YouTube. And then practice, 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 and practice. Just take any product from AliExpress, Amazon, or Alibaba, and write a product description from it, right? Take any website and rewrite its entire web copy. Take any company which you like, for example, Nike, Puma, or any company, and write an email. And imagine that they've hired you to write an email for them, and then just write the email. So it's all about giving yourself some tasks. What this will do is it will create a, a, a portfolio for you although that portfolio won't be of real clients, but it will still be sufficient enough to present to somebody if he offers you a copywriting job, right? So this will once you get good at copywriting, this will help you in two ways. One, you will start earning through these freelancing forums like Fiverr and Upwork, and secondly, you can search for jobs on LinkedIn. We can have another session if you want on how you can sell your services through LinkedIn, and then these are the four platforms. So basically, this is all from my side, and for such a short session, I could only present this much information to you guys, and then I can answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative session. Now we will be moving towards the question and answer series, and all of you are requested to type your questions into the chat box, and I'll be reading it out for Sir Farzan. Sir, let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe there some of them are typing and some of them are thinking. Okay.
Okay, I see two hands raised. I think uh, I don't know.
Okay. So one hand is raised for Ilyas. You may switch on your mic and ask your question. Ilyas, are you there? Okay, sir, I'm having a question. I'm going to read it out for you, okay?
Okay.
Which field do you think will be going above in the near future? Means if someone wants to seek a skill for selling on Fiverr, so what will you advise him about the field he should have to go?
Okay. So yeah, there are a couple of fields which are very in demand in the current marketplace. One of the skills is a few of the skills are social media, right? You should be very good at social media. Is going to be very popular. It's currently even popular, but it's going to get even more popular in the coming years. Influencer marketing, right? Brands are realizing the importance of influencers in the promotions of their brand and in the promotion of their brand messaging. um, Facebook ads. There are very few experts of Facebook ads on Fiverr. If you're good at Facebook ads, then there is no limit to what you can earn on Fiverr through Facebook ads. Then SEO. SEO is another scale which has got a lot of potential. So, um, all of these skills are can enable you to earn very good on Fiverr, and copywriting is also one of the skills. But since like my earning is not that much as I could have earned, because I've been focused on other things as well. I've got a photography business going. I've got a marketing agency going. So it's kind of have has always been a part-time deal for me. But if someone focuses on it full time, then there are people who have crossed 100K on Fiverr in like 2 years, time or 3 years time. But it totally depends on how good you are at a particular skill. Like, there is no skill which is bad for you. I know graphic designers who are getting paid like 50K a month as salary, or through Fiverr, or earning through Fiverr, like they don't cross the barrier of 50K. And I know designers who earn like 300K a month, right? So it totally depends on your skill, and secondly, it totally depends on how you market yourself, because marketing is really important. And like I like when you will create your gig on Fiverr, and when you will be writing your gig description, etc. So uh, when you're writing a gig description, then you will also have to deploy copywriting techniques. Otherwise, if your gig description isn't persuasive enough, people won't hire you. So everything depends on you, how you are able to present yourself, market yourself, and how confident you are, how competent you are, um, how good you are at communicating, how good you are at presenting. So, like, you saw the gig image, right? You already saw my gig image. But if I read you one of my, like, for example, I'll read you the gig description on my of my Fiverr gig. Just let me tell you. So I've written web content for numerous websites. I've recently ranked firerockmarketing.com on the first 2 pages of Google by writing SEO optimized content for it, right? So this line establishes my credibility, right? And then I do extensive keyword research and niche research before I start work on your web content. So these lines even further help me establish my competency, because now I am using words which are relevant to my niche, and these words only an expert can know. So once the client reads these, he can guess that I'm an expert, because he'll know that a beginner cannot know about extensive keyword research or niche research. Uh, so that's called selling, right? So selling is mainly about how you present yourself, uh, how you use terminology, how you use examples, how you use case studies. Like in the first two lines, I've, I've used an example. I've used a proof example. I've given some proof, some case study, that if you are not sure about my work, you can check fireoffmarketing.com, and I've ranked it. So the further helps me establish my credibility. And then like I mainly focus on why you started the brand, what are your values, what is your mission statement, how you're helping society or your customers. So basically, I take my client through the process of how I do that particular task. Now, if you are into graphic design, you can take the client through the process of, I first do the template research, and then I then incorporate, find the ideal template for your business, and then uh, I do your brand, I incorporate your brand colors, and then I whatever your process is as a graphic designer, and then I put the text you want on your design. So basically, it's about taking the client through your journey of delivering the work. So just to show him that how much of an expert you are, through multiple means, through multiple methods. When you are selling any kind of service, you have to establish that you are an expert in your niche. You do it through examples, you do it through telling him about your process, you do it through terminologies, right? And then again, I keep the keyword usage consistent in all pages. Only an expert can know what is the importance of keyword usage. I neatly organize your content in bullet points, headings, and paragraphs, which improves readability and lowers your website's bounce rate. So I'm telling him that I'm not just a laborer. I also have a 3D view of what the work I am doing. Like, I have the bigger picture in mind while I'm writing your content. I know that what is readability. I know what is your website's bounce rate. So basically, whenever whatever gig you're creating, whatever gig you're selling, so you'll just have to create that you'll have to use specific terminologies, which helps you establish yourself as an expert. So people hire you. Okay, moving on, if there are any other questions.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, my name is Ilyas, and I am from IEEE Comsets Hyderabad.
All right.
I want to say that ask about Fiverr. You did explain very well about the content writing. So I just ask about the gig creation. We all create the gigs and use the high search volume, keywords, and the description all are very well. But the thing is that we except these things we didn't able to get the orders. So one thing I think so that the you get the reviews, you invest little money and get reviews on that investment. So what you would like to say the alternative way of getting some orders and or getting some reviews about this?
ये भी सही पाकिस्तानी आया ना. So, uh, all jokes aside, his point is correct to some degree that दो नंबरी तो करनी होती है, लेकिन ये है कि you have to be your first priority should not be to get fake reviews and get your gig ranked through fake reviews. uh, what you can do is, if you have a client from any other platform, you can ask him to give you the work on Fiverr. In this way, his money will also be kept safe, and you will also have basically Fiverr will act as a third party. Once he'll place your order, once he'll place his order, his money will be kept with Fiverr, right? And once you deliver the order, his money will be given to you. And if you're not able to give the order, then he can ask Fiverr for a refund. So, but if you're not getting any kind of orders, if there is ultimately no hope, then uh, I won't suggest it in a professional setting, but maybe in a private setting, I can give you some suggestions regarding that, but I won't in the public setting like that. So you have to be very careful because it is strictly prohibited by Fiverr. It is strictly prohibited. Fiverr has severe terms, and if you violate their terms of service, your account will get banned, right? If they find out that you're doing some kind of fake reviews, your account will get banned. So I won't suggest it. I won't suggest it. So, and secondly, that if you are failing to get orders, then your number one tool is custom requests, right? So there, if you go here, you'll see a more button here. You click on more, and then you'll see sorry, buyer request. So once you click over buyer request, then here are people who need your services. You can select your subcategory, like whatever service you want to sell, like product descriptions. For example, this person needs a content writer for YouTube videos. So I'm also going to share you a sample of an ideal custom request, right? Okay, so for example, this was a guy's buyer request. I'm looking for the content writing services for my website ohorder.com. Currently, I put through the basic information in the website. I'm looking to get the website redesigned. I got a web developer for the I need the services for the content preparation for homepage. High level details are there in the current website. This page needs to be replaced with content plus explainer video, blah 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 blah. So this is my reply to him. This is my proposal to him, and so I've proposed to him how I can help him. So I've proposed to him like this: Hi, I just reviewed your website, and I think it's a fantastic idea to create ease in customers' buying journey and to save them from the tedious typing and clicking. I can help you write SEO optimized content to make your idea seem even more profound and a modern necessity to earn to ease purchasing from online stores. Why you should hire me? I've written web content for numerous websites, and then I've given them some credibility, some words which will establish my credibility. So so your custom request, try to do bidding, and you'll have to do a lot of bidding in the start to establish yourself on Fiverr. Like I got my first project after I think hundreds of bids, right? I was doing hundreds of bids, and then I got my first project. So uh, you have to do a lot of bidding, and after that you will get your client. Make sure your rates are low in the start, so the buyers see an advantage of hiring you over the other people who have more experience than you, who are more senior than you, and maybe add in an extra service. Like for example, if someone has uh, asked to you to design a social media post, you can say that, and his budget is $15, then you can say, I can design a social media post for you for only $5, and I will also include the ad copy for free, right? I will also include the caption or content for free. So basically like this, you can I hope my net is still here. Okay. So basically like this, you can distinguish yourself from other sellers on this platform, and do regular bids, and share your gig on LinkedIn and other social media platforms, and try it. And the other thing is, make sure everything is correct, and there is a formula to assessing whether you've used the right uh, gig picture, gig description, and other things, right? So for instance, if you're getting impressions but no clicks, then it means that there is a problem with your gig image. If you Because impressions mean that people are viewing your gig but they're not clicking on it, so that means that your gig image is so unattractive that people are not clicking on it. So you must change your gig image to make it more professional, more trustworthy. If people are clicking on your gig and still people are clicking on your gig, but you still are getting no messages. You see that in when you see in the gig section, when you go in the gig section here, it will show you how many impressions there are, how many clicks there are, how many orders there are, right? So here you will see the clicks and orders and everything, right? So you don't see much here in my gig, because I have been not very much active in the recent days on Fiverr, because I have my other things going on, as I mentioned earlier. So but if you're seeing a lot of clicks, and if you're seeing a lot of clicks and there are no messages in your inbox, that means that people come to your gig, people click on your gig, they land on your home gigs page, but after reading the description, they are not fully convinced that you're capable of doing a good job, so they just bounce back, right? So that means you must change your gig description. If you have a good gig image, if you have a good gig description, then the first indicator that everything is good on your profile will be that you will be getting a lot of messages from clients, right? And but in the worst case, if you're not getting even impressions, right, that means that you've created a gig in the wrong domain, right? You haven't been really specific. You have created a generic gig. You have created a gig in which there are so many competitors, in which there are so many people selling the same service. So definitely, you must change your entire thing. You must change your gig title. You must change your gig category. You must select a new gig, select a new service which you want to sell. So all of these things matter. And yeah, so I've seen people get success on Fiverr in just 5 to 10 days of establishing a Fiverr profile, just because they chose the right gig. They chose the right keywords to target, in which there was very minimum competition. So they were successful in a few days. So it's all about deploying all of these techniques which I've mentioned earlier, gigs, optimizing your gigs, and you know, getting orders on Fiverr, but ideally from real clients who are from other platforms. Like for example, if someone asks you, uh, like, um can you create this Excel sheet for me? I need this. I can pay. I have a 1,500 rupees budget for this. You can tell him, okay, I can do this. I can offer this service in only 1,300 rupees, but you can pay me on Fiverr. So you just take him on Fiverr and get his review on Fiverr. All right, and whatever service you are offering to him, it's not necessary that the gig should be of that particular service. The gig can be of any service. Just take his review on that service, right? So that is the answer to your question.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you,
Thank you very
sir.
much.
We are having a hand raised. Muhammad, you may unmute your mic and ask your question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Ji, sir, I have a question that how much time should we have to remain online per day, or so that our gig will rank up simultaneously?
Okay, okay. That's a good question. It doesn't. It matters actually that you are online. Yeah. So the solution is to create. Just have a tab opened on your desktop or Fiverr and just visit it every now and then, right? And whenever if you have your mobile, then make sure that it's the Fiverr settings. If you have your Fiverr app on your mobile, then make sure that settings are have been switched to open to work or online status, or your online status is on. Let me show you let me show you if I have my phone. I do have my phone. Can you give me my phone? Okay. Wait a minute. For instance, I don't know if you can see this. There's a show online status, right? Somewhere here. Show online status. So you have to turn this on. You have to turn this on like this. So show online status should be turned on your file, and visit your open Fiverr on a separate app and every visit it after every 5 or 10 minutes. That's it. Okay, moving on to the next question.
Okay,
Yes,
next question we're having is Fiverr compatible for consistent earning, or there are more better choices than Fiverr for beginners?
okay, that's a good question. So yeah, a Fiverr, in my experience, it shouldn't be relied as the only platform for earning, right? Because I've earned more from LinkedIn than from Fiverr, right? The problem with Fiverr is that there is a lot of competition. I'm not discouraging you from working on Fiverr. There are people who have earned tons from Fiverr, right? There are people who have earned millions of dollars from Fiverr, but like if you it, like it varies from person to person. If you are a person who is very well focused, who has the ability to just focus on one thing and that's it, he has a lot of consistency in his life, then definitely Fiverr is the only platform for you, because then you have consistency. But if you're a person who likes to try new things, who likes to switch his career every now and then, who likes to do multiple things with his life, who wants to do copywriting, who wants to do design every now and then, who wants to edit videos, do photography, videography, a person like me, then you won't be able to maintain the same consistency on Fiverr, and hence your earning will not be as much. So then you have to rely on multiple platforms. Like I depend on, I get my revenue through Facebook ads, right? I run Facebook ads to get clients for my photography business. Then I rely on LinkedIn. Uh, mm, um, my partner's profile is very big on LinkedIn. You can search her on LinkedIn. She has 90,000 followers on her LinkedIn account. She has, so we get clients from LinkedIn as well. So it's all about establishing your personal brand, as well as on social media platforms, as well as on freelancing platforms. So these two things are very important: social media platforms and freelancing platforms. You have to start working on your social media platforms from a very young age, so by the time you enter into the professional world, you already have a good following developed for you. So you can get online exposure and showcase your work, showcase your portfolio, and by showcasing your portfolio and your work, you can acquire different clients. So yeah, the answer to your question in my case is no. You cannot depend solely on Fiverr for earning. because even if your gig gets ranked, then you have to be very meticulous in retaining that ranking. If you are unavailable, for example, like the delivery date is 3 days from now and suddenly there is a death in your family, you are unavailable for 2 days, then obviously in one day won't be able to deliver. And even if you ask for an extension from your client, then Fiverr's algorithm will be like, ये बंदा ठीक नहीं है, ठीक है, तो वो the Fiverr will assign you some negative grades, and in its algorithm, and will slowly start to de-rank you. And if you get 2 to 3 screw ups like this, then your gig will start to disappear from Fiverr, right? So mm, again, I'm not discouraging you, I'm just telling you that, be prepared, be prepared for the worst. Already have your backups, already have your other platforms established. Fiverr is, in my opinion, Fiverr is good for a side income. Like every now and then, when my gig ranks, I generate $2,000 to $3,000 from it, which is a good side income for me. But I'm not active on it. Again, I'm not active on it. People who are active on it generate $2,000 to $3,000 every month from it. Okay, moving on.
Thank you, sir. Before jumping on to our next question, I would like to make an announcement. The feedback form has been uploaded in the question and answers box as well as in the chat box. Kindly fill that out immediately for your e-certificates. Okay, now we are going to jump on to our next question, that is, how can we sell our photography services on Fiverr?
Okay. Basically, you can only sell your product photography services on Fiverr because, yeah, and that too if you're very good at it, because obviously you can't like import a person from US or Europe to Pakistan just for his photography, right? But you can import an article from there to do its product photography. So yeah, product photography is the only service you can offer on Fiverr.
Okay, so we are having our last question, which is basically two in one. It says that, does the page refresh extension really help in promoting your gig? And the same guy asked that, any tips for newbie graphic designers?
Okay. So no, don't do that. Don't use such extensions. Again, that is a violation of Fiverr's policy. And if they detect that you're using such extensions, then they may issue you. I think it's called a warning, or I don't know what it's called. But after 3 of them, they deactivate your profile. They remove your profile, right? So don't use that. And secondly, if for newbie graphic designers, the only tip I have is that don't just sell logo. Again, it's the same concept. Don't just sell logo designing services. Sell minimalistic logo design. Sell 3D logo design. Sell retro logo design. So just by going specific into the type of logo you're going to design for your client, you're going to minimize your competition and have more exposure. So that's one of the tips. And then again, take example of your portfolio. Whenever you are delivering work to your client, make sure to ask the client to check mark that include work in his portfolio. So your portfolio can have all those images. Make sure your gigs images is quite attractive, and make sure your uh, I've seen a lot of designers make this basic mistake that their gig description is very very stupid, because they aren't doing any kind of deploying any copywriting skills or copywriting techniques to make their service stand out, right? Let me read you a example of a good gig description. Oh, wait a minute. And yeah, portfolio is really important when it comes to graphic design. Whether you make it on Behance or on your own private website or on Instagram, make sure it's appealing so that people will hire you. So a good example of a gig description for logo design gig will be: a visually appealing logo for your business is crucial since all your branding is based on it. A creative modern logo becomes your visual identity, helps you to stand out from the crowd, and causes people to recognize and trust you as a reliable and authentic business. The modern and minimalistic logos we design for your business are not just captivating but also visually demonstrate what kind of services or products you are offering. Please inbox us to check out the elegant logos we've designed for your brand. So basically, in such kind of a gig description or a service description, you tell your clients that how your service is different from other service providers, right? Uh, Again, same concept. You tell people about your knowledge. You can't tell people like this: I am very competent at logo design, I know logo design like it was the back of my hand, right? So you cannot use words like this: I'm excellent at logo design. You just through your terminologies, examples, under detailed insight into the logo designing process, right? Detailed in-depth understanding of the logo designing process, you can convince them that yes, he knows the nuts and bolts of logo designing, right? He knows the processes, he knows the concepts, he knows the techniques. He has the like he knows the bigger picture. He understands branding, like he understands branding, what how like what factors make a good logo, what factors contribute in making a good logo. Like in this gig description I read to you, it was written that I will incorporate visual concepts which will tell you which will visually demonstrate what your business is about. For example, if you're a restaurant based business, then you maybe you can uh, let me show you an example. uh, okay, I hope you can see my screen. So this is a logo has been designed by our brand, Marketing Alpha, our marketing agency. So this logo, although this was not our client we acquired from Fiverr, this was a client we acquired through social media. No, not even through social media, it was through word of mouth. But as you can see that this logo demonstrate what your brand is about. Like these icons, the fork and the spoon, etc., is demonstrating that this club has a restaurant, and then the logo on the left side is demonstrating that this club has a sports facility, and then the steering wheel and the anchor is demonstrating that it is a naval encourage club. So right, so there are visual elements which are demonstrating what the company or brand is actually doing. So basically I've told this in my gig description so that my buyers know that yes, these people know what goes on behind the scene of a logo design, right? Okay.
Thank you, sir. So now we are basically done with our question and answer series. It's time to wrap up this amazing webinar. Is
All
there
right.
anything else, sir, you want to conclude before we end up?
All right, that's it from my side. I'd just like to conclude that don't give it all your efforts to start a freelancing career or start your own agency, start your own production house, start your own company, because jobs will literally drain your energy, and like it will be a living hell for you, right? You'll go at you'll start your job from 8 a.m. and then you'll end your job at you'll come home from at 7 p.m., right? So basically all your life is dead right there and then. And like you won't have any time for family, You won't have any time for any of your passion. You won't have any time for learning. You won't have any time for sports. You won't have any time to enjoy your life. So like, this is literally the modern slavery, right? Jobs are literally the corporate slavery. So do everything in your power to escape um, being at the mercy of your employers, because if you don't have skills, if you don't have a freelancing career, if you don't have your own personal clients, multiple clients, then you are completely left at the mercy of your employer, and he can fire you at any time. And then they will I'm not saying every job is like this. There are some good companies, there are some good employers, but mostly it's all mental torture there. So right. So work to create your dream life. Alhamdulillah, at the age of 28, I have my own, like, I'm not saying I'm like very big, and I'm not saying that in a patronizing tone, but Alhamdulillah, I have my own cultus. I have my own like, I have 8 lakh worth of equipment. I have i have like everything I ever dreamed of, right? uh, my laptop is worth 4k, 4l, right? So like, all the modern luxuries and amenities I have at my disposal. uh, and I don't need to, like, I'm not answerable to anybody. Although there is a lot of work discipline involved, I have to make sure that I am delivering the work on time, and I am delivering the work on schedule. And I have to, sit. I have my own uh, I have my office in my own room, so I don't have to go travel to anywhere to work. I have a clubs membership. I go for playing sports, right? Uh, I do outdoor dinings. I hang out with friends. I go to travel whenever I want, and I basically enjoy life. But that doesn't mean that I don't work. I have a strict work routine. I give 8 to 9 hours to work, but and to some of my relatives, it seems like there is no difference between my life and the life of my people in of my age, right? Because I'm also spending 8 to 9 hours doing work. But the only difference is you're creating your digital assets. Understand this. Like, your digital assets are going to appreciate in value. Like, for now, I have 400 reviews on my profile, so my going rate is $80 per website copy. But moving forward, once I have 1,000 reviews on my profile, my credibility, my skill set, and my you know my brand image will improve a lot, and then I can demand even more. I can maybe demand 140 USD for the same amount of work. So basically, you're building a brand for yourself, and that's what you should be aiming for. And another thing I'm doing is that I'm not relying on one client. I have multiple clients. So if one client is unhappy with me, or although most of my clients are happy with me, as I've already shown you with my profile, that I've got a lot of positive reviews, but there are going to be some people in your life who are never going to be happy with you, right? And that doesn't even include your parents. So basically, like, create you have to create opportunities for yourself. You have to be proactive. Proactive is a word which means that, instead of doing the uh, blame game and abusing the government and the politicians, you have to take advantage and leverage these platforms and these tools which you have at your disposal. Everything you can learn on YouTube, every single thing. There is a channel of GFX Mentor. He's going to teach you from A to Z, entire graphic design and video editing. Okay? And then digital marketing, you have to learn by your own. Just create a digital marketing page. Start a digital marketing page. Start a company of anything. Start selling your Just acquire some cheap glasses from a Pathan and just start selling it online. What that will do is, even if you don't make a lot of sales, if you don't make a lot of profit, then this will give you the confidence that you can do it for other clients as well, right? For instance, if you get 100 sunglasses from a Pathan and they cost you around 2,000 or 10,000 rupees, and then you sell them and then you sell all of them for 30,000 rupees, and by spending a 5,000 pkr ad, right? And then you'll get a profit of what, 15,000, right? 10,000 plus 5,000 equals 15,000. So 15,000 minus 30,000, you get a 15,000 profit. Then you invest that money into a website. You build a website in 15k, you can easily get a website running, and then you can even buy twice as much, twice as many sunglasses, and then you can, expand your business even further. So it's all about having a growth mindset, visualizing yourself doing good things for yourself, improving your life even further, and dreaming big. You don't have to constrain yourself. You don't have to put limits on yourself that I'm just going to retire at 80 with a five marla house. Why should you retire at 80 with a five marla house? You should be able to travel the world. You should have multiple houses in every FN city in this country, right? You should have vacations whenever you want. You should travel the country, and you should enjoy life. You should live life to your fullest potential. So do you want to? Why do many of us just settle for a 50k per month job? 50k per month job isn't going to pay you crap. Like it's not going to even afford you your basic necessities, right? And you'll all get married soon, and then you'll also have your kids to pay for, your wife to pay for, and then if you don't earn enough, then you'll always be your kids will always be like in a sort of inferiority complex, because they'll see other kids who are affording the modern luxuries, who are affording whose parents are affording for them the kind of life which is only a dream for you. So it's going to be catastrophic for you if you don't, at this very age, at this very spot, decide that no, I'm not going to be ordinary. I have this hidden potential inside me, which I have to realize. uh, Whether I have to work 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 15 hours a day, whether I have to pay, whether I have to take multiple courses online, right? Whether I have to do 15 bids a day, whether I have to add 200 followers a day on my social media network. So establish small goals for yourself, establish small tasks for yourself, establish small milestones for yourself which you do on a weekly or monthly basis, and then those small steps are going to take you to a very good place, right? So if you are meeting your small objectives, then you're eventually going to meet your biggest objectives or the biggest goals you can ever dream of.
Thank you so much, sir, for honoring us with your presence. Your knowledge has really uplifted the bar. I once again thank you from everyone. Okay, and we are having a little token of appreciation for you from Team IEEE PES and IEEE UET Texla. I'm just going to display it on the screen. Is it
Okay.
visible to you?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, so this is a little token of appreciation for you for conducting such an amazing webinar. We are highly
All
thankful
right,
to you,
thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
So I would also like to thank our attendees for becoming the part of this amazing session. I hope that you learned a lot throughout it, and hope you guys are doing great. Stay blessed and positive. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
That first. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.